Hey, Student Center Champion, do you have project teams, student teams that are supposed to work together magically and produce an output, whether it's a project, some kind of design challenge, an activity? I imagine if you're anything like me, you have probably experienced a lot of frustrations and challenges, right? Some of the common challenges I hear teachers experiencing when they move to these student center environments and try to empower these student teams are task allocation. Hey, someone's not pulling their weight, right? And students are complaining. One person's trying to dominate the group or dominate discussions, right? They can't really manage their time, or there's low productivity or low work output. They can't come up with an idea. They can't agree upon something, right? And I'm not saying I have a solution to help support all of those, but what if there was a simple shift we could make that could help address many of those things? And it didn't come from us, it came from students themselves. That is exactly what this is going to be about. It's about empowering student project managers. And I want to start by sharing a little bit of an anecdote. Okay, as you probably know, I'm at the International Montessori School. We're running a middle school, and we've started a business called the Cosmic Cafe. And our Cosmic Cafe, let's call this is the teacher up here. Okay. Um, we've got a group of 8 different students, and they're all working within this Cosmic Cafe to make it run, from the planning to the implementation to the running of the business. And we're experiencing a lot of these frustrations, right? Someone's not pulling their weight. They don't have enough product. They can't agree upon what they're going to sell. Um, they're when they actually are selling, there's all these conflicts coming up. Who's supposed to be doing what? They get stressed, and all these conflicts are rising. And then they're coming to us. We're reflecting like together as a class. And of course, they've got this laundry list of different challenges they're coming to us with. And we're trying to, address each of those and acting as project managers. So we are essentially the bottleneck for this whole business because they can't really solve those problems without us. But what if we shifted that onus, and instead of us being the project managers, we empowered the students to manage and solve their own conflicts? Now, that's easier said than done. But one of the first things I would say for you to do, if you haven't done already, is to just shrink the size of your teams. So this team, okay, let's see if I can erase some of this. Yeah, it looks like I can. So I'm going to erase all of this. Okay, and instead of now having one big team, we have 2 different teams. Okay, so this is team, we'll call them the X's. Okay, and this is the team O's. And it is much like tic-tac-toe, right? Trying to run a project. Okay, and one of these teams is the Wednesday team. So I'll just write that here, Wednesday. And this team is the Thursday team. Okay, so already now you're going to see, especially if you're running projects or you're running any kind of activities, shrinking the size of your teams is generally good, right? Because 4 people to work together, to come to agreement, come to consensus, to allocate tasks, it's gonna be a lot easier than getting 8 students to do that. So that's the first shift, right? But we still haven't addressed this project manager shift, because we could still be managing the projects ourselves. So each of those groups, could still come to us and, ask us for the particular solution. Okay. But instead of now the whole group coming to us, there's only one student who is coming with us. So I'm going to circle that student in the Wednesday group and the Thursday group. The students are going to come up with who is their project manager. Okay. I haven't asked you to allocate roles within the project group itself. I will only ask that the groups come up with a project manager, because you don't want someone to always say, oh, okay, it's not my turn, it's not my role, so I'm off, I don't really need to help the group, whether it's like a researcher, right, or it's the creator, or it's the writer in some of these projects. In our case, it might be the person who's doing the product development or the marketing or promotions, right? So I would avoid just having roles, except for a project manager role. Now, that project manager, when they come to you, okay, you're going to have the project managers meet. You're going to say, okay, let me have a quick huddle. That's what we call it, a quick huddle, because a huddle implies it's fast. Think of a huddle in like football. it's like 12 seconds, right? You huddle, you get the play disseminated, and then you run the play. Same thing with these project managers. You're going to have a little huddle. Okay, so you have a little huddle with these project managers. Now, sometimes these huddles could be around, so I'll put the O here and the X here. Sometimes those huddles can be around something that you're noticing that you want to disseminate. But oftentimes it's more empowering if you ask them, hey, what are some of the things that are coming up in your group? And of course, they can be related to things you observe. And in our case, the Wednesday, Thursday group, they said, hey, we can't agree upon something to sell. Okay. The products to sell. Everyone's disagreeing over smoothie bowls, and you can give them, see, are you experiencing that same thing in Thursday group? Yes, we're experiencing the same thing. Okay. What are some ideas that you have to overcome those particular challenges? And so you're just addressing that with the project managers, and then that project manager is now, so I'm going to move this instead of having one project manager. As I mentioned, we have two project managers. So you're not the only project manager, there's many project managers, and they're allocated to their various teams. So you have this project manager and this project manager, okay? They're going to go back to their teams and then disseminate that to their teams, or say, hey, here is a solution I came up with. We're each going to have a quick vote. It's going to be a blind vote so we don't influence each other. And here's your pieces of paper. Everyone vote. Do you want this particular product or not? Okay. And that's a way for you to have addressed that conflict. But rather than you looking like you're the one who came up with the solution, it's these project managers that are going to go back to their groups, disseminate that information. And it's all empowered through this thing called a huddle. You're going to huddle with the project managers. They are then going to huddle with their project teams. So we have instituted this. We have a Wednesday group. We have a Thursday group. We've empowered the project managers. The project managers feel empowered as well because they are helping to address conflicts. They're ensuring high productivity and high sales. We've really increased the amount of revenue for our particular business. In your particular case, you might not have a business. You might have them writing a book together. Maybe they're filming a documentary. Maybe they're doing some kind of science project or hands-on project, or design challenge, or building something together. You're going to see those groups empowered by making this shift to having a project manager as well, and doing it through a quick team huddle. Did you like that particular strategy? We've got lots of strategies to overcome the biggest frustrations that you're going to experience with project management and managing student teams. We have a free webinar, myself and James, a project master for elementary students. I'm going to represent the secondary on building high functioning teams, improving productivity, and mastering time. It's a free webinar. It's happening April 21st. Regardless of what time zone you're in, it's going to work out for your schedule. There's a link down below to sign up for that webinar. We hope to see you there. Bye-bye.